What's up, everybody? This is Jason, Zombie Collector, and over the weekend, I made a purchase of some WWF/E DVD box sets. And surprisingly, the person lives just down the road from me, about maybe 45 minutes, so it got here yesterday. So I purchased it on Saturday, and I got it on Monday, which is a pretty good turnaround. I got all these for $10. That's including shipping. I couldn't believe it. And I double checked. I said, "Are you sure $10?" I was like, all the discs there, everything is clean. It's not like it's all scratched to hell or whatever. And they're like, "Nope, it's all there." I mean, there's like light surface scratches, but nothing terrible. I'm like, okay. And I did a buy it now for $7.99 with $3.99 shipping or something. So I was like, all right, I'll be your Huckleberry. So the first up, I'll probably watch them and maybe go in a little bit more greater detail, but right now I'm just going to kind of show what I have. The first up is ladder match. All different kinds of the ladder matches here. So you have here Shawn Michaels, Edge, the Hardy Boys, Triple H, The Rock, Chris Benoit, Bret the Hitman Hart, Eddie Guerrero, Rod Van Dam, Chris Jericho are some of the ones that you'll see that show up in this. So guys, here is the inside. You got Chris Jericho. I'm sorry, that's you have Chris Benoit. You got Matt Hardy right there. There's Edge underneath him. But as you may or may not know, that the Hardy brothers, or Matt Hardy, is the one who created the ladder match. So he says. So I find that very interesting. But this is a 3-disc set, and the ladder match is always matches that is a cool gimmick type wrestling. Definitely very interesting. I do enjoy the ladder matches because there's could be so much brutality, so much drama because of of course they're trying to usually maybe grab something at the top of the ring, some sort of maybe there's a briefcase or there's like the Money in the Bank or some sort of like whatever, some title shot. There's a belt, one of the belts hanging from there, that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's just pure on. Just to destroy each other. So it's a little bit of mix of everything. Then we have WrestleMania 22 right here. So as you can see, there's a lot of the main guys that were in that's been in WWE over the years. Triple H, John Cena, Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, the Heartbreak Kid, Mankind, Undertaker, I forgot all of a sudden. Is it John Henry? I can't remember. Something Henry, I can't remember all of a sudden. What was his name? I feel bad. Mark Henry, there we go. And Edge and Christian, they got Christian. So you got a lot of matches in here. So I'm just definitely looking forward to it. There's a Ric Flair's in this one. Big Show's in here. Shawn Michaels. There's a bunch in here. Booker T. Mick Foley. He was going by Mick Foley here. So there's a whole lot going on. So here we got Rey Mysterio and John Cena. And then I'll open up. There you go, 3-disc set. So on the good news is I did not watch wrestling during any of the stuff you see here. Pretty much I did not watch wrestling from or at least like WWE wrestling, WWF. I stopped watching wrestling right when the Attitude Era began, all the way through until about a year or two ago. And even then, I mostly watched AEW. But a lot of the wrestlers that are showing up in AEW came from WWE. So it's kind of cool to go back and watch some of their matches that made them famous, or the organization that made them famous, and kind of watch that. So again, getting it for a couple of dollars ain't all that bad. Next up is WrestleMania 23 with everybody's favorite president, Donald J. Trump, number 45. It's the hair versus hair match. So you got Bobby Lashley over there along with Umaga, and then you have Stone Cold in the middle as a referee, Batista and Undertaker along with John Cena and the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. So, spoiler alert. Donald Trump did not get his head shaved, so who lost that match would have been McMahon, Vinnie Mac. Even on the back here, it shows him getting his head shaved by Donald J. Trump. President, number 4 to 5. And this is a 2-disc set. So I'm pretty excited about that. I haven't watched any of these DVDs before and stuff. So there's going to be a lot of matches over the years, at least with the ladder matches. And, you know, a lot of cool stuff. And the cool thing with a lot of these box sets that they have Royal Rumbles in there. They have Hall of Fame inductions for different Hall of Fame classes. They'll just have all kinds of cool stuff. So it's kind of cool for that very reason. There's a lot. Let's take a look here. Kane versus the Great Khali, Batista versus Undertaker, John Cena versus Shawn Michaels, Edge versus CM Punk versus King Booker versus Jeff Hardy versus Mr. Kennedy versus Matt Hardy versus Finlay versus Randy Orton. So there you go. We got the ECW original, Sandman, Rod Van Dam, Tommy Dreamer, and Sabu versus the New Breed. And only people, I know Kevin Thorne and Matt Stryker, I don't know those names. Kevin Thorne lives actually just about 20 minutes from my house. He's now a real estate agent. And he goes by his real name, of course. But Kevin Thorne, who had like a vampire, I think kind of like a vampire gimmick, not like Gangrel, but it was kind of like that. So anyway, so there is WrestleMania 23. Next up is the Shawn Michaels story, Heartbreak and Triumph. So I'm a big HBK fan growing up in the 80s. He was just a fantastic wrestler with the Rockers, with him and Marty Jannetty. Here's the inside. And then he went on to become what we all know him as, the Heartbreak Kid. Let's open this bad boy up. Here we go. There's the discs. But you're going to have, I don't know if it doesn't say any of the matches on here, but there are going to be, of course, tons of matches. He went by different monikers. It has the Heartbreak Kid, the Showstopper, the headliner, the main event, the icon, Mr. WrestleMania. That's a high amount of accolades there. So, it doesn't say really much about it, so I'm assuming it's going to be like a documentary like they do most of them. They do, I mean, WWE does fantastic documentaries. I mean, they really spare no expense on documentaries. So, it's worth to get these box sets just for the documentaries themselves, because they really do get all the talking heads because they have the money to pay everybody to come in and do, you know, documentary style conversations, and they weave it together with their matches. And it's just a really good, I've been watching some of the ones I've had in the past. They do a good one with AWA. They did another one with, I have that box set. I have one about the 80s, I believe, something like that. And they just do a really good job. The next one up is the new and approved D-Generation X. Now this again is the Attitude Era in its finest. Was never a huge fan of it, but again it came with everything else, so I'll probably get to revisit everything that was Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Again, I was not a huge fan of that type of wrestling. So here you go, they tell everybody they can suck it. So, which, you know, was a huge thing growing up. I mean, the D-Generation X with those guys, along with Road Dogg and Billy Gunn and China and X-Pac, all those guys, dude, the whole thing. I remember it was a sickness in the 90s. That every time I was in school, I think at that time I was in high school. Every kid, every guy mostly, be running around dropping the X on somebody and telling them to suck it in the classroom, telling the teachers to suck it, telling whoever in the hallways of the school, whatever. Everybody's getting told they can suck it. So I mean, that was a thing that was like just exploding, literally and figuratively, all over the world as we know it. Mostly probably I guess in America, but for sure. And they've had tons of matches. I mean, here you have, you know, them with going up against Vince McMahon. They go up against, I mean, essentially everybody. No one's safe from D-Generation X. So I really like it. I really like the idea of being able to go back and watching it. I never, like I said, of course I saw it growing up off and on, but it just wasn't my cup of green tea. And the one that I'm most excited about, excuse me, is the 3-disc box set of Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, yeah. It's a Macho Man. I mean, I feel like everybody has to do that. So right here we have the Macho Man Ultimate Collection. You have matches including with Hogan, Ric Flair, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, which are fantastic 5-star matches. $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Ultimate Warrior, Shawn Michaels, Honky Tonk Man, Jake the Snake Roberts, Bruno Sammartino. It includes lots of matches, including his King Macho and Queen Sherry, I believe. They have the marriage between him and Miss Elizabeth. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff. So here's kind of like the inside of it. And then open this bad boy up. And then all 3 discs with him and Miss Elizabeth. So this was, I mean, I would have paid almost $10 just for this because, I mean, it's pretty hard to find. I don't see it too much in the wild. I think maybe once or twice I'd seen it, and that's when I wasn't that super excited about, 5, 6, 7 years ago about wrestling. I kind of was out of it still. It wasn't until AEW really ignited the fire in me to be a wrestling fan again, and then just kind of collected wrestling cards in the last few months. And if you've been on my channel, you saw I always would throw wrestling cards in once in a while. I'd buy a box here or there, a pack here or there just to see. But I've been focusing on it a lot more, and I definitely will be moving forward. But hopefully you all enjoyed the video. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 box sets of some wrestling. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Let me know. Are you a fan of any of these wrestlers? Did you grow up watching the Attitude Era? Have you been watching it over the last 10 or 15 years since the aughts through 2021? Who are some of are you watching it right now? Who are some of your favorite wrestlers? And what promotions are you watching? If all of them, name some of the ones you enjoy watching. So I guess that's it for now. So I hope you all enjoyed. And for $10, I will do that all day long. I'll talk to you later. Peace.